upper brackets.
I think we have kind of ironed out what we were facing and going right into the game here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is game number 2. Once again, if you've joined us between Orange Esports and RSGPH. RSG already taking one for themselves, and right now, Orange Esports contesting the jungle here of Demon Kite, but, well, just a little disruption.
This is exactly how Orange Esports needs to start off their game, because they know that Cecilion's going to be the mid lane for RSG, and Ruby isn't actually that strong early on. They need to up the pressure. They gotta take as much as they can away from Demon Kite to allow Gary to just take complete control over the jungle.
This is where Orange Esports finds their comfort, right? When they play in the early stage, use that early game advantage to look for the snowball, and even in that topside balance, they go back in, Iman. Ooh, 1 HP there. That's going to be topside as well. Light forced to flicker away, and Gary gets the orange bomb topside. First blood for Orange. They do not stop. They're hungry for more. And Demon Kite is next. Gary picks up a kill as well.
This is the tempo we were talking about here, but I wasn't expecting things to go from 0 to 100 so quickly. Orange Esports in the first minute and a half is already 1k net worth ahead, picking up 2 kills, including Demon Kite, and even stealing away from their jungle. This is exactly the start they want to look for.
Yeah, very strong by Orange Esports, and I think what we were afraid of for RSG is coming true, right? Yes, you have the CCs on the side of RSG, but at the same time, there's too much to babysit. You can't help both Aqua and Iman at the same time, and I think Orange Esports is starting to punish for that. On the bottom side, Born getting, well, they're just brawling it out at the moment, Thamus and Esmeralda, but for Nas to hold his lane so well against the Thamus, wow.
Very well played, honestly, by both teams, but Min, he's looking for a steal. Oh, okay, he doesn't get it there. Demon Kite with Retribution, a big resource spend. He goes in for the enhanced chain, knocks Min up, forces him to use that flicker, but Illumina Blast looking for more. Gonna be cancelled by the Sanguine Claws. They have been hitting on this turtle, though, and it is going to be a free turtle unless Nat somehow steals it. Yep, Retribution not even necessary there, because again, Demon Kite was forced to use it on the purple buff.
Min absolutely does not mind giving his life away there. Obviously, it'd be ideal if he survives, but giving time to get the turtle is ideal. And you can hear the passion here in the audience. They want to support their home ground team.
Oh, Vanny going too deep. Gary actually managing to make it out alive. Did he steal the buff right there?
I think he did, right? It looks like he did there, but we're going to talk about the emblems first here. As you can see, Gary, again, he went for the Demon Slayer emblem on the Fanny, so not what we're used to, right? We usually see that high and dry, him going a little bit more aggressive, and I feel like it would have actually helped him there, but bottom side, Thamus needs to be careful there. He's going to get ganked by the Julian, and it's going to be the kill for the side of RSGPH on the board.
Yep, a good gank by RSG, but they're still looking for more here.
Wow, the cutthroat puts out so much damage, but actually it's going to be Born that falls down in that fight. So 2-2 right now across the board. Orange Esports, they have a slight lead ahead of RSGPH.
That's not ideal for the EXP lane, because as we already mentioned, the Thamus should be winning lane against Esmeralda. It's already quite difficult for Born to have to deal with Nats, considering the style of EXP lane he likes to play. Add that onto the fact that Light is helping him out, because they know that that EXP lane is going to be very important for them. And you can tell this Thamus isn't going to have a fun time.
Yeah, and if we take a look at the items here, honestly, you can already see the side of RGPH kind of struggling. Orange Esports getting that goal in the early stage and just, yeah, I'm 2 levels ahead. You can see this. Gary, so aggressive, taking another one of Demon Kite's camps as Orange Esports look to collapse into that bottom side. Not sure if that's the right target here, but again, they already got that top side turret. They're just trying to convert onto more objectives, perhaps just control more of that gold, but I think right now it just gives the opportunity for RSGPH to come back and get better positioning onto the turtle.
If you look on, oh, hold on a second, Light gonna look for that hook. Not quite enough though. We'll see what happens.
Nomina Blast connects onto Light and immediately he's just melted down. Well, I feel a little bit of an overkill, you know, they had so many ultimates used there, but now they're gonna get the turtle away for free. Looks like RSGPH is not in any position to contest this, but they're looking for something down bottom. Valence in some trouble, knocks back, but the band speed comes out and manages to lay out the damage. It's too much for him to take, and Valence goes down. Gary tries to go in for a kill, but does not manage to get any.
That's a slight mechanic error by Gary there. Valens, he was trying to sacrifice his life to set up 2 kills for the Fanny, but he missed out on those steel cables, and now RSGPH is looking for the counter engage.
Yeah, Nats just jumping in again. Orange Esports, they back up. They know that right now they have the gold lead. They don't really need to look or follow through with RSG's engages. They play through it, go to the bottom side just to clear it, and Born as well. Very, very immaculate rotations here. He moved on from that top side to the mid lane just to put some more pressure onto RSGPH, using this lead really well.
I think we have to remember as well that the reason why they actually swapped lanes a little bit earlier on is because they already managed to take down the entire tower up top for Orange Esports, and that was with the gold shield as well. I do believe most of that gold is going to be on Valens. So while Moskov not really a meta pick nowadays, this is a hero that becomes very scary once he's able to get his items. You can already see the damage dealt by Valens so far.
Yeah, second on top of the charts now, and all because of that, early kill that he got onto Iman, and now it's gonna see on the bottom lane. Nas in some trouble. 3 people sent down just to gank him, but even then, he's still alive.
Yeah, very good again by the side of Orange Esports, because again, yeah, they did not get the kill, but they popped that sprint for Nats and they got the turret, right? They ganked bottom side, not so much for the kill. Yeah, it's a bonus, I feel like, but the turret is what's important here because they perfectly timed it for the turtle. Now that bottom side is gone, they can put constant pressure on it with Hamas rotating there, and yeah, it's a free turtle. There you go. That's the macro play that they needed.
Exactly the macro play they needed, and now they're trying to look for it. Oh, that was excellent, but they're still going for it.
Yeah, Valens is going to get chunked down there by Light. Amazing. I'm offended as the side weak clause connects onto Man. Born looking for the plays. Nas goes in for the back line. It is still Born in the midst of it all. They pick up the turtle. They lose 1. Wasn't a shutdown, so in my opinion, it's still very much worth it for the side of Orange Esports. An objective traded for a kill.
Yeah, I don't think they mind that at all. Valens actually did get a very nice Spear of Misery there to escape from the RSGPH, forcing out the flicker from Light. Otherwise, that would have been a free kill without even the battle spell expended. So very worth for Orange as they're able to pick up the turtle on top of that. I think Gary would have liked to join the fight, but good discipline from RSGPH. They know the turtle is taken down. The Fanny can come to the mid lane very quickly, so they instantly make the decision to back off once they have taken the enemy marksman.
At this point in the game, I mean, 7 minutes, almost 8 now. RSGPH are even in kills, but Orange Esports has so much control over the map. And oh, Gary tries to go in onto Demon Kite and Light as well. He pops the cutthroat and manages to secure the kill, but all with the help of Man's real-world manipulation as well. So many ultimates to secure that kill, but that's a lead. And now Nas looking for something else in the jungle here, aggressive, but decides to disengage.
Finally, right, we get to see Gary's Fanny. The entire tournament, we've just been seeing it banned every single time. Once it's open, they're just so confident. They went for the first pick, and it is really working out. 2-0-0. He's 2 levels above of Demon Kite, and you can see the whole team just clicks now that they have the lead. Born as well, positioning right in front of Iman just now to nullify that render damage.
Yeah, we're seeing a very different Orange, and now they're engaging onto Aqua.
Oh, he melts down. You blink and you miss it. He's just obliterated right now. Orange Esports tries to press on their lead. Nibiru's fashion from Iman puts out the damage, but instead, it's going to be the first back onto him. The counter engages comes in. Orange Esports, they're looking for more, looking for Nas, but they don't need it. Now they have the advantage to press even more, either on objectives, on the jungle camps, on the coming Lord.
We are seeing a completely different Orange Esports here. They are so confident just because of this one pick on Gary. He's been relegated to utility jungler for such a long time, and now he gets to spread his wings. RSGPH not in a good spot. 5k lead for Orange Esports. Definitely not a difference they can't make up, but slowly more and more objectives fall over to the blue side.
Just look at how Valens is playing, right? He's playing so far ahead in front of everyone here, and he knows that he's not going to get punished here. Orange Esports, again, just pushing the pace constantly, not letting RSGPH breathe for a second. Bottom side is where the Lord is going to be spawning at, and Born already looking for another play here onto Nats, chunking him for a bit, looking for that mid lane turret that will not even be contested for the side of RSG. They give it up, and it's Valens punishing Nats. Whoa, way too aggressive there. He gets caught out. A killing spree for Man. They might look for the end.
Yeah, now Orange Esports wants to go in on this. They have the minion wave. They've already taken multiple people out, and here comes the engage.
Min knocked up here in the backline. Iman secures the kill way too deep there in the lines of RSGPH. And now the Lord, they still have it. Orange Esports have a second chance to contest and be able to siege onto these turrets.
This is looking pretty good for Orange right now. The Lord is actually still alive as well. They want to look for that bottom inhibitor. Here comes Gary.
Gary again. Oh, such precise cable management to secure the kill onto Iman, the MVP of game number 1. So you can see that they're starting to target the priority members of RSGPH. Very smart adaptations coming in from the hometown heroes, Orange Esports.
I'm just so impressed here in this game. I already knew Gary would be able to do a lot more with this Fanny, but this is beyond my wildest expectations. You can see in terms of items, they are completing their builds very, very soon. Valence only needing one more. Gary just 2 away. In comparison, look at Iman, literally only a blade of despair. RSGPH, what is going on?
To chop that off, I mean, he has Haas's claws. How are you going to take down this Moskov? Like, in the later part of the game, yes, we talked about RSGPH having that late game insurance, but at this point, it doesn't even look like that's enough.
And what makes it really difficult, right, for RSGPH is the fact that both of their carries are ranged heroes that really can just get nullified by Min. This Lolita pick is just so huge right now as they look for an engage here. Real world inflation gonna be popped. That's the damage coming throughout the backside. The real world inflation was just popped and used to zone away RGPH from that base turret, and it's so disciplined. This is Orange Esports. They get the snowball and they get it rolling. They use that mid-game advantage, convert it over to the late game stage that we're about to enter. 30 seconds for the Enhanced Lord to spawn. Gary just picked up a Bloodlust Axe, and they're just in full control at this point. RSG Philippines, they need to bank on the Malaysian style, the Langgar style, looking for one team fight that can flip the entire game.
But Orange, they're just gonna keep going. They want to find more kills. They are ahead. They are feeling this game. And RSGPH definitely looking on the back line, but there's an engage.
Bad speed's already being pumped to do the damage, but Min is the one that goes down. They trade back. Orange Esports get 2. Oh, go for 3. How are they doing this? Somehow RSGPH managed to get all the burns that they need and take down Orange Esports.
That was a perfect engage by RSGPH. A 3-man, I'm offended, into the enhanced chain.
Wait, they're sneaking this. They're just sneaking this. They're just going for it.
Right.
On Valence. He doesn't have to inspire, but he's going ahead at RSG. Do they read this out? Oh no, Iman. He's not going to be able to read it perfectly. Valence, 200 IQ. He moves over to the bush. And my goodness, it just turns back to Orange Esports getting the favorable trade here.
This is the debut of Moskov. He's even going for more here.
Wow, but I think he's overextending there way too much there. Gets taken down. It's going to be, I think, Nas that secures the kill as well. Now Orange Esports is still not giving up. They're hanging around this objective.
Calm down there, Valence. I know you're excited, but you still gotta make sure you don't give up too much. Here comes the Numan on blast.
Yeah, Min with the no. Oh my God, Light just goes in, but I'm offended on the 3. No damage to follow it through though. Nat will be able to zone Man all the way under the turret. Born looking for more as Min is there to back him up. They go for the stun. That's him stunned up. Demon Kai looking for more. Sanguine Claws catches 2 and all on the back of Nat's play. Gary versus the world jumps in. He goes back in just the style. But they're losing their gold lead. It looks flashy, it looks cool, but it's not what they wanted. 3,000 gold lead from a 10,000 gold lead they had.
That's just not ideal for Orange. We know that they like to fight, but you definitely need a little bit of that classic discipline right now, which is why a lot of these teams that are able to control their momentum, showing more enhanced discipline nowadays, are being able to win out games more comfortably. The Lord is now in their favor. Gary, he does need to contest this. Will he actually try to go for the steal?
Well, he's definitely poised to do that, but it looks like he will just give it up completely. This is what RSGPH is. 10k behind, and they still manage to get back into the game. Even though they're young, they're so disciplined. But Valence gets the burst onto Aqua, and he's immediately just taken off the map. They get a return kill here onto Valence, so they trade out 1-1. But the Lord is on RSGPH's side, so this is definitely going to hurt Orange.
You see, normally that wasn't supposed to be worth it for Balance, but the fact that they already have the Enhanced Lord makes it so much more worth it for Orange Esports now, because they will not be able to group up here. Real World Inflation going to be popped, Light and Iman forced to back away, and that's canceling that out. And look at the top side, this is exactly what I mentioned. Without that clear, that wave clear, it's going to be tough. Demon Kite, though, running for the hills. Born in 1v4, Gary comes in. The Abuse Faction not going to be able to connect onto anyone. He gets stunned up. Light is going to fall, even with I'm Offended, but that's going to be the Immortality. Demon Kite looking for the Enhanced Chain, gets one, looking for one more. Born will lose his life, and Orange Esports overextend on a play. Oh, so close! Ooh, that was close. RSGPH is running and calculated perfectly there.
That is scary, but even more scary for Orange Esports, as now their repeated attempts to take a fight against the scaled up RSG Philippines has resulted in them losing their entire net worth lead. That is now in favor of RSG. Valens still having the highest damage in the game, but what does it matter if he is risking his life for singular kills? That's not what he needs to do. He has so much damage, he could kill the entire team. He has to play around his teammates.
And it's very, very questionable, right? I mean, they have Min on Lolita, they have Born on the Thamus as well. There really is no need for Valens to rush into the front line like that, even though he wants to secure a kill. And I think at that point, he was alone there.
Yeah, absolutely. I really don't know if that was the best choice now. And when Orange Esports had such a dominating lead, they're now the ones on the back foot. They have to not give away more kills.
Oh, Born, he's actually going to be able to soak up so much. Iman's going to get caught there, but he's still able to run away. Min looking for the flicker. Numenon Blast doesn't connect onto anyone. Very good disengage from RSGPH, but you guys need to look at the gold lead. 10,000 gold lead was where it's at for Orange, and now it's down. It's actually shifted over to the right side. RSGPH with a 2,000 gold lead now. Orange, these are the mistakes that they made in the group stage, in the playoffs as well against RSGSG, and now it's coming, it's showing again up against RSGPH. These are the mistakes that you just can't do against RSGPH.
And now even Iman himself is scaling. He just got the Hassas clause as well, so he's going to have that sustainability in the team fights. Maybe not as quick as Vels, but they can definitely brawl it out there as long as Iman is careful with his positioning. And if we know him to be, that is going to be the case. So now both teams, full reset, going to look at how they can take this next objective.
This is going to be a very important Lord for both sides, because now we're in a situation where both teams are pretty even and the game can go either way. What's scary for Orange Esports is that pretty much every hero on the side of RSG Philippines is going to scale up to be a monster in that late game. In comparison, Gary and Born are going to start falling off pretty soon, and that is not a good timeline for Orange.
At this point, it's going to be really tough because, again, we mentioned that a late game, right? In my opinion, it is kind of equal, but this is still on stacks forever, right? That's what you have to be careful of. Sure, Lolita can nullify a lot of that damage while her shield is up. When it's down, when it's on cooldown, it's just going to be so much damage. Damage output is going to be so much for the side of RSGPH, and this is their specialty. When it comes to the late stage, the way they maneuver, Gary's caught, Immortality, they're gone. It's the jungler of Orange Esports caught out. Min tries to save it, but look at the bottom side. Born is looking for the base here. It's going to be Min looking for the cancel out on the recalls. Iman going to be able to pop that Immortality. Balance tries to buy some time, but Born will not be successful at taking that base down. Man trying to run away. That's going to be the render shot, not connecting. Aqua still trying to hit that bad impact. He gets the Sanguine Claw. Iman is there to shut him down. Born is the only one left standing, and it's going to be the 18th minute Lord evolved for RSGPH.
This is devastating for Orange Esports. Their entire lead has been blown apart, and now RSG Philippines may be able to take the game-ending Lord away from them. They tried to distract them to buy time for Born, but Nats very wisely recognizing that that would be the attempt. That is the duel between the EXP laners, as Demon Kite going to secure this evolved Luminous Lord.
This is definitely not looking good for Orange Esports. I felt like in the previous team fight, yes, well, Born was trying to make a play there, but maybe they needed him in that team fight as well. So even though they set Nas up, they were at a point 1 man down. How can Orange Esports look to adjust their strategies here?
What's most important now is that they keep Valens alive. This Moskov is going to be the primary target for RSG Philippines because they know that that is pretty much the only hero that will win the fight for Orange. it's going to come down to how well they can distract the backline. And that's a very difficult thing to do because we recognize that RSG Philippines, their target identification in these chaotic team fights is very impressive.
You can just feel the shift in tempo, the shift in atmosphere as well here. Orange Esports, they were the ones just popping off, looking for team fights here and there. Now it's RSGPH's turn, right? They're going to use this lead really well currently, with the waves all managed properly, but actually, it might have been a miscalculation here as they did not time it properly. Min and Valens will be able to take out the Evolved Lord up top. Well, there you go. That's a good defense already. They're just going to be able to take one turret down, maybe even not a single turret here. Born clears it out. Orange, they defend.
It's just back to 0 again. I think both teams now recognizing that they need to play a little bit safer. I'm liking that now Orange Esports are toning down a little bit. They were definitely riding the adrenaline a little bit of that early game victory, and that's what put them in this situation in the first place. I definitely think that this defensive position is what they need to play around now. Find the perfect engage. You can't just run at them anymore. Valens needs to get those kills. They need to protect the Moskov. They need to make sure that RSG Philippines don't get that late game advantage.
And here is where you can actually see an uncharacteristic, very uncharacteristic macro mistake from RSG, right? Usually when it comes to that Lord setup, they're just so good on it, but now it looks like they want to go for a fight once again here. Light looking for it and will be able, nope. That's a flicker from Min to disengage.
Yeah, the Item Offender just misses the mark here, but I'm wondering, like, Orange Esports, yes, they have a very good teamfight composition, but it's also very dependent on how they set it up. They have the real-world manipulation, but the Numenon Blast has a long delay, and they really need to wait for that to be set up. On the other hand, RSGPH, I think the Item Offender is, and the Enhanced Change, these are much, much more reliable CCs that can help them pull the trigger extremely fast as well. Has that been like a more determining factor of how RSGPH has been taking these fights?
I do think so. Being able to use your big CC abilities on a much shorter timer in comparison to Orange Esports allows RSG Philippines to take control of the team fight a lot earlier on. But Orange, they actually do have a tool to be able to deal with this. Gary has a lot of mobility. If his mechanics are on point, he can actually force RSG Philippines into a situation where they have to waste these abilities, and that is when they want to engage.
I don't know if this is a mistake here. They're going to look for the play, the cross-map play, as Valens puts his ultimate on to that top side where, okay, the Lord is still at almost full HP, basically. So Orange Esports were trying to look for a pick down below, and that's, I think, it's just way too tanky. Sure, he can be bursted down by Valens, but only if he's standing still.
Definitely not going to be just standing still there for Valens to use him as a target practice, but Orange Esports and RSG Philippines right now are just completely toning this game down. This is a complete 180 from what we saw in the first 10 minutes of the game. Now, not much is happening. Both teams dancing around the Lord Pit, finding that one opportunity, because just as much as Orange wants to waste cooldowns on RSG wants to do the same on Orange. They recognize that Valens still has enough damage to take them down and aren't willing to go for those risky plays.
Yeah, and you can see both teams are just really disciplined at the moment. Like we said, there was a previous high of, you know, all the engages, the early game lead that Orange Esports had. But right now, it's just stale tension in the air as both teams, they know that this could be the make or break. They don't want to fully commit to the fight yet.
The silence is palpable, not just on the Land of Dawn, but here in the live hall as well. I'm pretty sure everyone in the audience is just holding their breath, sitting on the edge of their seats, wondering how this game is going to end, because I don't think anyone would have expected this kind of turnaround, but well, it's RSG Philippines.
Just look at how smart, though, how intelligent RSGPH are playing this. Nats especially, he's just always waiting for Moskov, for Valens to push it in. Now that he sees Gary there, he doesn't overpush. He knows that something fishy is going on here. They haven't seen Valens for such a long time, so look at what he's doing. He's just waiting for the minion waves again, and he is never overextending, never overpushing. He's positioning really, really well here, and because of that, Orange Esports, they're not able to do anything on the map. Sure, they're like chunking the Lord little by little, but it's going to be always resetted here because, again, they know that they are at a numbers disadvantage. Look at it again. This might be dangerous. Nats, he let go of that bottom side. Mon's gonna get caught, but look at Balance. He's looking for the end here. Nats instantly moving back. Demon Kai on the Lord, but this is gonna be very, very risky for the side of Orange Esports. They just lost one. 2 members down below. Falling Soundmoon there from the side of Esmeralda as Gary comes to try to help him out. He goes in onto Nats. Balance forced to back away as Gary as well will disengage. 1-man disadvantage. RSGPH looking for more. Balance looking for the knockback. Doesn't get the stun. Nats taken low. Gary jumping to Aqua, but not getting the kill. Balance caught. Light jumping in, looking for more. Balance gonna be caught in the falling Soundmoon, and I'm offended. The enhanced chain connects onto 2, and there you have it. Balance has just gone down. Min will surely fall next. He goes in for the Numenon Flash, trying to look for compensation desperately, but Min will fall. His immortality will be popped, and this is where RGPH need to look for the Lord.
That's a mistake from Orange there, and after waiting and playing safely for so long, they had a plan there. They wanted to allow Valence to split push, but Man getting caught out basically said for RSG, it is go time. Now it is a 2v5. RSG want to take this Lord away.
Yeah, well, I don't know if Gary's going to try to pull a steal over here. He does have the Retribution up as well, and the Lord is slowly being chunked down. Doesn't look like he's going to make a play, so they're just going to give this Lord completely for free to RSGPH. And now Orange Esports is again on them to be able to defend this. This time RSG need to make use of the Lord.
What's important to note is that they actually went for the Lord instead of trying to push any further because they want to play it safe. But this does give a lot of time. Valence and Min will be up for this Lord defense. And we saw previously, Orange were able to take it out without too much issue. But this time, the lanes are synchronized.
And again, can I just emphasize on how good of a macro read that was from RSGPH? They noticed that Valence was just looking for it. Nats instantly moving back, and Gary as well getting caught in the rotation. Oh, wait a minute. Gary actually jumping in onto 2. Yeah, will be forced to back away. They're going onto that top side. And again, this is a very uncharacteristic move from RSGPH. They're not moving with the Lord. They're trying to look for turrets elsewhere. And that's Light jumps in, and that's the collapse. Railroad in place going to be popped. The Omen blast onto 4! And this is the moment. This is where Orange Esports can flip the fight, but no, the damage is just not there without Balance. Another enhanced chain. Born and Min taken down. Gary jumping in with the damage, but Iman with the Wind of Nature still surviving. Min trying to deal more. I mean, Man here with the enhanced chain coming in. He's gonna be knocked out. They look for more as Gary jumps in, but he gets sniped down. The cable management on point. Iman trying to catch him in the air. Looking for the base now. Iman with the Nibiru going in. Gary with the defense. Once again, he goes to the cable. Iman respawns with immortality. It will not be enough. Orange will lose as RSG come back to secure match point.
Against all the odds.